Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds.
So Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together because no matter where you stand on the topic of mass deportations of illegals, we can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to...
Robert Downey Jr. has reportedly made it clear that he has no interest in working with Ryan Reynolds, and the reason might surprise you. Word is that Ryan and Blake allegedly tried to set him up in a way similar to what Justin Baldoni experienced. Sources claim Ryan approached RDJ about a potential cameo, but the actor quickly realized something wasn't right and managed to sidestep what could have been a dangerous trap. With Justin already speaking out about Ryan and Blake, more celebrities are now stepping forward to share their own stories. Even Martha Stewart has chimed in, adding fuel to the growing controversy.
As Built members, what celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with?
He's probably on the list just because he covers himself up in his movies and you don't see his face. Ryan Reynolds, is he one of those? And you want to know something? He's not so funny in real life.
It now appears that Robert Downey Jr. has firmly aligned himself with Justin, leaving Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively in an even tougher spot. The big question is, what exactly did RDJ say, and does he know something the public doesn't? Reports suggest that when Ryan was putting together his dream list of potential cameos for Deadpool 3, RDJ was right at the top. After all, it doesn't get more iconic than Iron Man himself. Writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick even admitted they had envisioned a scene featuring Happy Hogan alongside Downey from the very start. Determined to make it happen, Ryan went all out, personally reading the script to RDJ in hopes of sealing the deal. But despite the effort, Robert Downey Jr. ultimately turned him down, making his stance on the situation crystal clear.
Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds. Making the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman told Ryan Reynolds in 2021 he'd return as Wolverine after saying 4 years earlier he'd never come back doing the movie Logan. It was one of the most cameo-filled movies in history, where 45 different actors from both the MCU and the Fox universe returned for Deadpool and Wolverine. But one actor Ryan Reynolds asked to return for Deadpool and Wolverine was Robert Downey Jr., saying he wanted him to share a scene with Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau does actually have a very big scene in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, but that scene was originally written with Robert Downey Jr. taking the main stage and Jon Favreau only being a small part of it. He even wrote the scene in 2018 just so it would make sense for Robert Downey Jr.'s character to be in there because it does take place before the events of Avengers Infinity War. When Ryan Reynolds approached Robert Downey Jr. with the script, he said he was completely shocked he got an instant no. The reason was Robert Downey Jr. was already in talks to return as Dr. Doom, but he couldn't tell Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds said he didn't know about that until it was revealed, but now is happy for him and said he wants to...
According to Wernick, Ryan pushed hard to convince Robert Downey Jr., even providing him with full scenes to read. However, what the writers didn't realize was that the whole Dr. Doom excuse was being floated behind the scenes. Fans, though, aren't buying it. The past few months have been eye-opening when it comes to Ryan Reynolds, and many are starting to believe he isn't the nice guy he portrays himself to be. Need more proof? Conservative commentator Candace Owens recently revealed that a source told her Ryan was actually the one who set the entire Blake and Justin drama into motion from the very beginning.
Candace Owens posted to her story saying she spoke to a source that claims Ryan Reynolds is the problem. She said the tip came from someone who allegedly worked on the set and said lately everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain of the saga is Ryan. This person is alleging that everything started when Ryan Reynolds decided to stroll onto the movie set one day and review the dailies. This is an industry term for all the footage that they filmed for the day. And he also decided to take a look at the script, and between the two, something allegedly set him off. This person claims that the production assistants then overheard Ryan and Blake having an argument in her trailer. Ryan Reynolds started being on the set on a regular basis as if he were her chaperone, and that is when he started inserting himself into the actual production, including writing lines. And then she says the next part was alleged in their lawsuits that Ryan and Blake, perhaps in response to her husband's anger, began inserting themselves in the effort to change lines and change scenes. And of course, the allegation that Ryan Reynolds was making fun of Justin Baldoni in his movie when he played the character Nice Pool. And we did hear this, I believe, from Justin's lawsuit, but correct me if I'm wrong, but she also says that allegedly Ryan presented an ultimatum to WME, the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, whose client roster include everyone from Taylor Swift to Justin Baldoni. Basically saying that it's us or him. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what Justin Baldoni also alleged And I think he said it happened either at the premiere of It Ends With Us or the premiere of Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, she says we know what happens next. He gets dropped by WME. Wayfarer Studios had effectively been instantly blackballed, persona non grata in Hollywood instantly, and truly they had done nothing wrong but cast a woman into one of their movies with an allegedly very jealous husband. My source says that Justin Baldoni is legitimately a good guy who truly wanted to do this project, but he cares deeply about women issues. And she goes on to give what she believes. She says, I think Blake was fine with everything in the movie she signed on for, hence not requesting an intimacy coordinator, and then all that changed the day her husband showed up on set and allegedly blew a fuse. She also believes that it was probably him that demanded Justin be put in the basement for the.
And Candace isn't exaggerating, because Justin's lawsuit echoes the very same allegations. Court documents claim that on July 22, 2024, during the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere afterparty, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and other cast members were present when Reynolds allegedly approached a senior WME executive. There, he reportedly voiced strong disdain for Justin Baldoni, even going so far as to imply the agency was siding with someone he labeled in crude terms. What's more, the fact that Ryan personally invited these figures to the event has raised serious red flags and fueled mounting suspicion.
Wants to go after you. He infests himself into every area of your life. And he did this Justin Baldoni. He's like, who are your friends? Okay. Who owns the production company? Who owns the next movie script? I am going to infest myself everywhere. I'm going to be doing your movie premiere. I'm going to be doing promos and making fun of you, right? I'm going to put myself in the end credits. Like, this is like psychotic behavior.
And that's only the beginning. Candace isn't the only one exposing Ryan. Hollywood's recent drama has emboldened more stars to step forward. With the public already aware of half the story, hiding no longer seems worth it. Celebrities are stepping out of the shadows, eager to share their own experiences and add fuel to the fire. Take Martha Stewart, for example. She recently weighed in and didn't hold back, claiming Ryan Reynolds is far from the witty, charming persona he presents to the world, but instead someone very different behind the scenes.
We asked Built members what celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with.
He's probably on the list just because he covers himself up in his movies and you don't see his face. Ryan Reynolds, is he one of those? And you want to know something? He's not so funny in real life.
Really?
No, he's not so funny. He's very serious. No, Taylor, then I would do Snoop, and then I would take Ryan off it. And I would put in somebody else.
I'm so surprised that Ryan Reynolds isn't funny. This is like a shocker to me. I see him
he's a
walking
good
up
actor.
and down our neighborhood all the time.
He can act funny. But he isn't funny. Maybe he can get to be funny again.
I'm so disappointed, actually.
I'm going to get.
Many people assumed Martha Stewart was only mocking Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor, but much of the internet believes she was hinting at something deeper. According to fans, her comments suggested that Ryan isn't the charming, likable figure he pretends to be, but rather someone with controlling tendencies. While that may sound extreme, the narrative gains weight once you consider the experiences of Ryan's co-stars. Take Morena Baccarin, who played Vanessa in the first Deadpool film. After her strong presence in the original movie, her role noticeably diminished in the sequel, something many speculated was Ryan's doing. To be fair, Morena never directly accused him. Instead, she diplomatically explained that she was disappointed not to have more to do, especially since her character was emotionally pivotal to Deadpool's entire arc. She emphasized how much she loved the part and understood why fans felt let down. Still, insider reports paint a different picture. Behind the scenes, it's rumored that Ryan gave Morena the Justin Baldoni treatment, limiting her involvement in press events and subtly sidelining her from the spotlight. Whether intentional or not, this alleged behavior has fueled ongoing speculation about Ryan's influence over the franchise and raised further doubts about his carefully curated public image.
Breaking news. It's all coming out in the wash. So Blake Lively, what she did to Justin Baldoni, guess what? She learned it from Ryan. Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina, her last name is Baccarin, who also was in Deadpool. You remember when she made Justin Baldoni go sit in the basement with his family for the movie premiere? Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina and her family. He did not allow her to be part of any of the movie's premieres for Deadpool.
The most shocking part is that Morena was originally set to have a much bigger role in the Deadpool franchise. But Ryan reportedly disagreed, sparking clashes with the director. In the end, Ryan's influence prevailed, and Morena was ultimately pushed aside, leaving her sidelined in the series.
A little bit more, and the director of Deadpool, Tim Miller, did this interview and said that he left the Deadpool franchise because of Ryan Reynolds. He said it became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control of the franchise. You can work that way as a director quite successfully, but I can't. I don't mind having a debate, but if I can't win, I don't want to play. And I don't think you can negotiate every creative decision. There's too many to make. So Ryan's the face of the franchise. So if he decides that he wants to control it, then he's going to control it. Sounds familiar. Yeah.
And here's the kicker. Morena wasn't the only one pushed aside in the Deadpool franchise because of Ryan Reynolds. Remember T.J. Miller, who played Weasel in the first 2 films? Despite being a key part of the supporting cast, he often felt sidelined, and according to him, Ryan's attitude played a major role in that. Back in 2022, Miller opened up on the Adam Carolla Show podcast, revealing that working with Reynolds on set was anything but pleasant. He described Ryan's behavior as unsettling, claiming Reynolds treated him in character, horrifically mean, as if Miller really was Weasel. Miller recalled Ryan saying things like, "You're not the star, but you deliver just enough exposition to make it funny before we get back to the real movie." The treatment left such a bitter taste that Miller admitted he wouldn't return for Deadpool 3 even if the studio offered him double the paycheck. Naturally, people wondered why Ryan would act this way toward a co-star, but according to Miller, the answer was simple. Fame had gotten to Ryan's head, changing the way he treated those around him both on and off set.
After he got super, super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, see, you guys see. And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No,
I would not work with him.
That
again.
much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion.
That may mirror your
Ryan
own.
Reynolds. And that was a good part of our last conversation with me and Bay. But I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool. And I think it's weird that he hates.
Miller believed that beneath the surface, Ryan was simply an insecure man who gained satisfaction by belittling others to boost his own ego.
Coming from
Everybody did. That's why it was awkward. Everybody was like, why is Ryan doing this? And the other weird thing is like, maybe he got, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. He's really nice, but I mean, his Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure that he's joking. I think that might actually be his real sense.
And it's not just Ryan. His wife, Blake Lively, is rumored to be the same. Word on the street is that the actress is a control freak, and if that sounds far-fetched, just look at her dynamic with Anna Kendrick. The two first teamed up in 2018 for A Simple Favor and recently reunited for its sequel. However, fans are convinced that Anna wasn't thrilled about working with Blake again, fueling speculation about tension behind the scenes.
Blake, what does it mean to be back with Anna?
Oh, it's the best. I'm so happy.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh,
We're talking about you
Oh my God.
Come on! Get it in selfie!
Anna Kendrick's recent behavior has fueled speculation that she isn't exactly thrilled about working alongside Blake Lively again, and insiders claim this tension has been brewing for quite some time. Reports suggest the two actresses have clashed behind the scenes, with one source describing it as a giant pink elephant in the room that no one wants to acknowledge. The backlash to the film's early promo campaign has already been harsh, sparking protests and even boycotts, and studio executives are scrambling to manage the fallout. According to insiders, Anna and Blake share only a professional connection, not a personal bond, and last-minute talks are underway to allow Anna to distance herself from Blake during promotion. While the original plan was for both stars to handle press duties together, Anna is now prepared to go solo, fearing that joint interviews would devolve into uncomfortable questions about Blake's lawsuit and her ongoing drama with Justin Baldoni. Blake, though contractually obligated to promote the film, has the freedom to decide how much she wants to participate beyond the South by Southwest premiere. But make no mistake, Anna's reluctance isn't simply about on-set issues. Sources insist it stems from Blake's controlling nature, which mirrors her husband Ryan Reynolds. The biggest sticking point? Billing. Anna is the bigger star between the two, but Blake reportedly pushed back hard, determined not to take second place. And based on early marketing material, those claims appear to hold weight. The film's poster speaks volumes, subtly highlighting the power struggle between Anna and Blake and leaving fans convinced that the tension is very real.
I just noticed something, and I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I just noticed that for the new A Simple Favor, I've been calling it A Simple Favor 2. It's supposed to be another Simple Favor with starring Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. When I was looking at it, I noticed, and if you look at the poster, Blake Lively's name is like sitting up higher than Anna Kendrick's, but it's like off to the side up high. It doesn't make any sense. It looks so weird, but it's weird. Anna Kendrick's name is first, but then up higher and to the right of it is Blake Lively's name floating above her. And I looked at, they put out several different posters for this new movie coming out. They announced it's being released May 1st, and it's in all of them. So then I went back and looked at all the A Simple Favor movies previously. Not all of them, but the previous one. And it's not like that. It says Anna Kendrick's name first, and then Blake Lively is next. No, I just did a quick search, and Anna Kendrick's movies, the number of movies she's been in, has been 50. Blake Lively, 25. So she's been in half the movies. And gross, Anna Kendrick's movies have made just over $2 billion, and Blake Lively's have made just over $1 billion. Why would her name be up floating higher? I mean, obviously, Anna Kendrick's name should be first. She's the bigger star and always has been and always will be now. But then I'm thinking, they can try to say it was something artistic, but if you see it, go look at the poster. It makes no sense at all. Was this a demand of Blake Lively that, Anna Kendrick will get her name first, but then Blake circumvents that? And even though Anna Kendrick's name is first, hers is higher?
At the end of the day, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are gaining a reputation for being incredibly difficult to work with, which could explain why Robert Downey Jr. wanted no part in their drama. But what do you think? Was Ryan's behavior the real reason RDJ turned him down? And more importantly, can Ryan and Blake recover from the growing backlash surrounding their names? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out our next video for more updates.